Yes, sir. Welcome to the TCC show with myself, the host, Mike Lawrence. Still a fan. You already know, black and yellow. I got my man Jordan Christian. He rocked the New England Patriots. I don't know if they did that good today, though, but we'll find out. And last but not least, I got a special host for y'all. I got a special guest for y'all tonight. My man Cameron Summers could not be here tonight, but in his absence, we got the one and only Milwaukee's finest Green Bay Packer fan, Just Chris.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing, man?
What's up?
What's up?
Y'all ready to get into it?
Man,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, I just want to, just bring everybody down a little bit, calm down. And my man, Just Chris, we're going to send up a special prayer for you, man, the way the Green Bay Packers just, they fall hard, man. They fall hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Love he not ready.
Nah.
Bottom line, he not ready.
Yeah, he definitely not ready.
He looked like they picked him up off the street. Hey, you want a quarterback for us? Come on.
Hey, man. Hey, so listen, we gonna get into all the scores and everything like that, man. But the first thing I want to talk about is we're gonna let Chris, since it was his squad, we're gonna let Chris give us just a quick rundown, man, on what happened, what you saw in today's game.
What we saw is Love not ready. And we saw that a lot of people need to appreciate Rodgers while we got him. Plain and simple. Defense played a hell of a game. But without a quarterback, we turned it to the Bears.
Y'all look like the Bears.
Hey, man, I would definitely agree with that, man. I second that motion, man. Without Aaron Rodgers, man, he makes up for so much. He makes those plays when the defense, they blitz Love back to back to back, and he could not make the throws. That's stuff that they wouldn't dare do with A-Rod because they'll get burnt. So, Jordan, you got any takes on the Packer game?
Man, pretty much the same thing, man. I don't feel bad about the loss because they defended KC very well. Rodgers is sorely missed, you know what I'm saying? Jordan Love ain't ready. He made a bunch of bad throws, and I saw something he hadn't taken any reps with the first unit since Rodgers came back. So they don't have a rhythm, he don't have a rhythm with the receivers. Run game was strong and defense was very strong. So I'm not really worried about the Packers. Chiefs did what they're supposed to do. They it was an ugly win for them. I'm more concerned about the Chiefs than I am the Packers. So
definitely. You want to chime in, Chris?
Man, listen, we still hurt over here, okay? We licking our wounds, man. We're going to get up from this, though, Love got his first touchdown in the NFL, so hopefully he can dust it off, and if he got to go next week, it is what it is. I think LaFleur should have stuck with the run more. You should have trusted Aaron Jones and Dillon because both of them was doing well. But, hey, it is what it is, man. We 7-2.
Got you. All right, well, I'm gonna dive into these finals for today. So first off, we got the Buffalo Bills, who got upset, man. They got upset by the Jaguars. They didn't even score a touchdown, man. The score was 9-6, lost to the Jaguars. The Patriots. The Patriots ran all over the Carolina Panthers. Matter of fact, before I get into all those scores, we're gonna stop right there with that one. And JC, we're gonna let you speak on your victory today. The Patriots over the Panthers. And I know you're feeling a little bit of redemption. They got Gilmore over there. He picked your boy off, but y'all came back, man, laid that smack down. Talk to me, man, about the New England Patriots victory.
Every week, man, we getting better. We will win the division. Calling it now.
That's a bold prediction. That's a bold prediction.
Yeah, we only game behind Buffalo. They just dropped the game to one of the worst teams in the league. So, defense, man, defense getting better. Mac Jones is the winningest rookie quarterback in the league.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Defense is great, man. You know, it's just a well-coached team, you know. We still have one half of that quarterback coach duo, and we have a major part of that. You know what I'm saying? Belichick, man, and he's willing these guys to win, man. We won 4 of our last 5 games, so we steamrolling.
Steamroll. Okay.
Yeah.
Just Chris, is there anything you want to add to that?
I'm just shocked the man said they lost to the worst team. Did Buffalo lose to the Patriots?
They lost.
I'm just saying, man. I mean,
Bang, bang.
Yeah,
Jordan,
we don't even look at that division.
Buffalo lost to Jacksonville. What are you talking about?
I know, but you said they lost to one of the worst teams in the NFL, like they lost to the Patriots.
He's taking a shot at
you. Are you trying to be funny? Man.
Yeah. Hey, but man, I'm glad the Patriots is actually winning games, man, because Belichick got a lot to prove without Brady.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so moving on, the New York Giants, man, they beat the Las Vegas Raiders.
This was an upset Sunday, man.
Definitely, yeah. But we I think it's a little bit more to the Raiders that we're gonna dive into a little bit later, as to some hurdles that they have to overcome. Cleveland stomped, beat up, punched, kicked Cincinnati 41-16. Houston lost to Miami 17-9. Denver, unexpectedly, I don't think nobody but Denver picked Denver to beat the Cowboys, but Denver beat the Cowboys 30-16. The Falcons beat the Saints by 2. That was a big division win for them. The Chargers beat Philadelphia, I think, with a last-second field goal, 27-24. I don't even know if San Fran got a squad anymore, man. Arizona beat them up 31-17. Again, the Packers lost to Kansas City 13-7. And tonight we got the Rams and the Titans. And tomorrow night, we'll talk about that a little bit later, man. So go ahead, Chris. Something you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, I pick everybody to beat the Cowboys. Every week I pick the team, and I'm sure my boy Sharp picked them to lose too. I'm just not a Cowboys fan. So
I don't think I'm not a Cowboys fan either. Jordan, I think you aren't either, right?
No, I hate the Cowboys.
All right. So the first topic, man, and it's been a hot topic all week. Chris, I'm gonna let you go second. Because it's your squad. Jordan, talk to me, man, about Aaron Rodgers and his immunization and testing positive for COVID. First off, talk to me about how you feel about how he handled that whole situation, what you think the NFL should or shouldn't do, and then the impact that it has on the team.
So the first part was do I feel like he was wrong? Is that what you're asking me?
No, I'm just asking you whatever you feel, however you feel, whether you agree with it.
I feel indifferent about it. I guess the only way it becomes an issue is when because it's not mandated that you be vaccinated in the NFL, but if you aren't vaccinated, then you have rules that you got to follow, like wearing a mask when you're not in the game and things of that nature, wearing a mask during the press conference, wearing a mask in the facilities. So he wasn't, right? He never wore a mask. And apparently, obviously everyone knew he wasn't vaccinated. And when I mean everyone, I mean the NFL knew. Obviously, the team knew. So nobody said anything. Right? It wasn't an issue until he actually caught COVID. And then you go back and you look at film and you see him, not wearing a mask on the sidelines. He's interacting with players on other teams and he's not wearing a mask. So he's just not following protocol at all. And, everybody was aware of this. The league, they knew, obviously the man's on TV without a mask on. So everybody, knew he wasn't vaccinated and they knew he wasn't wearing a mask. The fact that he said he was immunized, I really don't care. It's his choice. The league didn't mandate it. He didn't feel he didn't want to be vaccinated for health reasons. I think he was like allergic to some of the ingredients in some of the shots. So, but for whatever reason, I don't care that he decided not to be vaccinated, but there's rules that you got to follow, right? Those rules are set in place for a reason. So I don't think he'll be suspended behind it, but he'll more than likely get a fine. The team will probably be fined, and we'll see what the NFL does because they allowed this to happen. So now that he caught COVID, it's a big issue.
Okay, so going forward, though, how do you think this impacts the team? How do you think it affects the Packers? You saw them take a loss today, which they probably would have had a win
if Rodgers played. I don't think it affects him at all. He caught COVID.
Do you think it affects the locker room at all?
No. I don't think it affects the locker room. Aaron Rodgers is not taking shots at his teammates. Aaron Rodgers' beef is more than likely with media. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he has an issue. I don't even think he has an issue with the league. I think his issue is just with the media. So the locker room will be fine. I don't think anybody's upset with Aaron Rodgers for catching COVID. It happens. Devontae Adams caught it a week prior. So that's something. It's like injuries. It's a part of the game now. So no, I don't think that affects the team at all.
Okay, so Chris, directing that same question towards you. First off, how do you feel about Aaron Rodgers, the way he handled it, his use of the term immunization? And then secondly, and probably more importantly, how do you think it impacts the team going forward, especially in the win and loss column?
I think the way he handled it was BS. That's the only thing that really, as a Packer fan, that really gets us upset is he lied. I mean, or played with the word being, immunized or whatever he was, playing with the immunization of the virus, because it's just the lack of knowledge towards other people. But as far as the team, like Jordan said, JC broke it down. Like everybody knew that he wasn't vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Now, other people on other teams, like when he was in Murray face, I mean, now if Murray caught COVID, then what? You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the impact to the league, I think they're going to change a lot of rules. I think they're going to fine him, which I think he deserves to be fined. And I think the Packer organization deserves to be fined. But then you got to look at the NFL as a whole. They should fine themselves because everybody knew that the man wasn't vaccinated because you have to provide paperwork, which I'm sure he didn't provide. But as far as the locker room, all the players knew. I don't know if they didn't, but you would think everybody knew because everybody should know each other's stance on the vaccine. Him talking about he allergic and stuff, that's the stuff I don't like, because you got people like Kyrie out here who's letting you know out the gate, hey, I'm not doing it. But this not New York. Wisconsin don't make you, you know what I'm saying, do the vaccine, and neither does the league. I personally think he should have just came out and said before that, I'm not or I am. But he walked around it, you know what I'm saying, for sponsorship purposes, which he lost. So, you know what I'm saying?
He's immunized, meaning he did do something. He just didn't get vaccinated. He took like some vitamins and stuff like that. So that's what he was. Sure. It seems like he was trying to cover up being vaccinated, but he actually is. He did do something. It just wasn't. It wasn't he didn't get vaccinated.
Was telling us to drink bleach, man. Come on. I drunk a little bleach, and now all of a sudden I'm immunized. You either vaccinated or
you're not.
The only thing
he walked around the truth.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it's blown out of proportion because even those with the vaccine still have a chance of catching COVID, still have a chance of getting sick, and have a chance of spreading it. So I just think the biggest problem is they feel he lied about it, and then he was playing around with other people's health. So I don't know how other people in the league may look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you was in Murray face. Like, I mean, spit and all that in each other's face. So if I was him, he'd be a person I'd probably be upset about.
Yeah. Out of respect for others, you
Yeah.
have to take that step to, it's fine that you don't want to be vaccinated, but out of respect and to be looking out for other people, because you can give it to them and they don't know they have it. They can go and they can give it to someone else. So,
Right.
For that specific purpose, you should take those steps to, wear your mask and, what I'm saying, you may feel indifferent about the situation, but, it's for someone else. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they definitely, a lot of people drop the ball. The league, the Packer organization, they let it slide until, the boo-boo hit the fan. So.
Yeah, and to answer your question, Mike, I do think it will affect the other teams, though, because technically, think about it, our defensive coordinator, COVID. A week later, Adams, COVID. A week later, Rodgers, COVID. So somebody need to do something.
Right, to keep it from spreading and getting out of control. So I'm glad that, Chris, you brought up Kyrie. So even though it's two different leagues, two different sets of rules, you also pointed out that Wisconsin doesn't have the same mandate as New York. But with that being said, just from a media perspective, we've seen Kyrie kind of get assassinated. His character kind of got assassinated in the media for being open and honest about not only the uncertainty of it. He wasn't saying, "Hey, I'm against it." Rodgers wasn't saying, "Hey, I'm against it." It was just like, Rodgers went through the whole, what he's allergic to, this and that, and all the research and the way he feels personally about how the unvaccinated are treated. What do you think, outside of different state, different league, do you think there are any other factors into why Kyrie is being the poster child for bad behavior, if you will, for that, and Aaron Rodgers is not?
I think it's good cop, bad cop. And what I mean is Aaron Rodgers, the good boy. He the good old boy. He in all the All-State commercials. You know what I'm saying? He doing everything right. And then you got Kyrie, who some people look as the bad guy. Hey, I don't want to play with LeBron. I don't want to play with the Celtics. I don't want to play for this team. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. So I just think if he was the good guy, like just say if he was the LeBron or Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying? He was that guy everybody thought was good. Maybe they may look at him a little different. But because it's Kyrie and a lot of people don't like him because he's chosen to be a man's man. And what I mean by that is he actually believe in something and he stand for it and he can explain to you why he believe it. If he believed the earth is flat and the sky is orange, he has a reason on why he believe it. So my thing is, that's that man's belief system, and I don't think that we should tear people down just off of their own beliefs. If he believed that the vaccine is something that is not, then it is what it is. The same way Aaron Rodgers said he thought it was stuff in there that he was allergic to. It may be some, you know what I'm saying? But I just think it's because Kyrie plays, or the media plays Kyrie as the bad guy. So since he's already
reputation, yeah,
he kept it going.
Okay. Jordan?
I agree. It's easy for the media to paint Kyrie in that mindset because he's had a negative like view. I'm trying to figure out the right way to say this, but it's been a negative light shined on Kyrie like since he left Cleveland, right? So Kyrie kind of goes against the grain. He's kind of rebellious in a sense. And not to say that he's wrong, because I don't personally think Kyrie is wrong for anything that he's said or done. But it's easier to villainize him just because of his track record. It's funny because they kind of say the same thing about Kyrie that they say about Aaron Rodgers about, they say Aaron Rodgers is he thinks he's the smartest guy. And they were saying that same thing about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie think he's the smartest person. He think he's 2 steps ahead of the media. Like I said, it's all media driven. The one thing that they have in common is they both have an issue with the media and how they try to paint pictures. So I agree, man. I agree with money.
Okay. All right. Well, So since y'all started out with the Kyrie and y'all jump right to an NBA player, let's just keep that energy. So listen, man, it's been a lot of talk about Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. We know that Scottie Pippen got a book. We know book sales need to be made. You know what I'm saying? But man, JC, let me hear from you, man, about what your thoughts are on what Scottie said about MJ and how MJ couldn't have done it without them, and his stance as being like, we made MJ, so to speak. And again, we're talking about the media. So they say when the team did good, MJ got the credit. When the team did bad, it was Pippen in them. Talk to me about that, man.
There's some truth behind what Scottie was saying. Obviously, MJ needed Scottie, just like Scottie needed MJ, right? LeBron needed X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z needed LeBron. It's just funny because of timing, right?
Watch it now. Watch it. I see you're stumbling. Watch it now.
It's funny because of timing. Last Dance came out and a lot of MJ's players, a lot of his teammates, they didn't really take too kindly to what was in the documentary. And I think Scottie was just a little salty. You know what I'm saying? So he threw a shot at MJ. And Scottie needs MJ. He's needed him all this time. He needed him 20, 30 years ago, and he need him today, man. He can't. That book won't do anything without mentioning MJ. Nobody really cares about Scottie without MJ. You know what I'm saying? But MJ don't need Scottie Pippen to what's that?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, he don't need Scottie Pippen to be on that pedestal. MJ won all those awards, you know what I'm saying? But he's right. He's right. They did help the Jordan brand, you know what I'm saying? But that goes hand in hand. It's a teammate game, you know what I'm saying? So I just think it's convenient that book came out and those comments came out a year after, you know what I'm saying, the Last Dance documentary did.
So you think it's perfect timing. Well, listen.
Perfect timing.
Listen, you get you some more thoughts together for this rebuttal, because I see Chris got his finger itching. So we're gonna have to let him get in, and then we'll get back.
Yeah, man.
Talk to me, Chris.
Mike, we gonna call a spade, man. Come on now. Jordan can say what he want. Jordan the legend. He the GOAT. He's 6-0. We can't argue that. I personally, after talking to you guys before this show and having rebuttals from other people, it's a couple of y'all I do agree with. Don't get me wrong. Scottie needed this to sell a book. We all know that. He needed some type of drama to sell a book. But what I was telling JC is Jordan had to sign off on this. You can't go and trash another guy who's an icon like that without it, being co-signed. My whole thing is, I think we all know Scottie has been Henry for years as far as being the best Robin in the league. But Michael Jordan would not be Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen. There's nothing nobody can say about that. I don't care about all the accolades he got by himself. He has never won without Scottie. Scottie never won without him. So they technically need each other. Now, Michael Jordan don't need Scottie no longer to be relevant. He don't need Scottie to sell shoes. But Michael Jordan, technically, his name will always need Scottie because he wouldn't be who he is without Scottie. You get what I'm saying?
I don't agree with that wholeheartedly.
Name me something Michael Jordan did without Scottie Pippen.
I mean, Jordan was always known as a scorer. That's what he was. He's been known as a scorer throughout his career.
Okay, so
Jordan was a scorer.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Name something LeBron James did before winning in LA without Dwayne Wade. He was already LeBron James. He already had $100 million contract. He already was doing his thing, making All-Star game. But LeBron James will always be attached to D Wade and Chris Bosh because he didn't complete nothing without them. So that's why I say I understand where Pippen coming from. I do think what Pippen doing is wrong, and it's just to sell books. I actually think him and Jordan talked about it. They don't have no beef, but they gonna act like it so he can sell books.
So I think.
Go ahead.
No. Let me just dive in real quick. So I think what Pippen is saying is actual, real. Is a lot of validity to it. But what I don't like is I don't like the kiss and tell. You know, I don't like that factor of it. Like now I'm gonna start telling this and start telling that because I'm uncomfortable with the limelight that you're getting. Well, you got that limelight the whole career. How you sick of it now, right?
Exactly.
But I do think what he's saying is legit. And I mean, you can back it up with the fact that, you know, where Chris was alluding to is LeBron was that guy. You know, he done went to the finals. He had all the accolades probably before he won the championship, right? MJ scoring champion, dunk contest. You know, we still see them showing the between the legs dribble on Larry Bird when he scored 63, even though they lost that game, they lost that series, right? So I mean, he did have that, but the one thing that we do know for certain that we can't debate is that he don't have 6 titles without Pippen, right?
Thanks.
He did not win the championship without Pippen. So I do think there's some validity to that part of it. Go ahead, JC.
No, that's true. He definitely you know, they can accredit their careers to each other. You know what I'm saying? I still believe that Mike carried the load through the entire run, but he does. That's facts. He owes, you know what I'm saying, a great portion of his career to the supporting cast that he had, and Scotty was his main guy through it all. So yeah, absolutely. Like you said, it's kiss and tell, right? After all of these years, you know what I'm saying. After this documentary comes out, now here you come. You know what I'm saying? And Scotty might not like the picture that was painted of him in that documentary. You know what I'm saying? I think he was kind of salty at that as well. So it's facts though. They definitely needed each other. You know what I'm saying? Mike needed Scotty, Scotty needed Mike. You can't dispute that.
Yeah, the one thing I can agree with you though, JC, is Michael Jordan still would be in the top 50 players and top 75 players.
100%.
Scotty would. I don't think
Scotty being on that, yeah. Scotty being on that team, Jordan was still gonna get his buckets. That's what he did. He was still gonna play hard defense. That's what he did. That's what he did on his own. You know what I'm saying?
I think to that point Chris making though, JC, is we don't know who Scottie Pippen is if he's not on the Bulls.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I mean?
What 100%.
Yeah, we have no idea who Pippen is. Not that he wouldn't be a good player, but you know, Pippen might fall into that Jabari Parker role, you know, or something like that. Like we might not even know him of significance if he don't pair up with Jordan. So I think Jordan was gonna. I hate to say it this way because Pippen came at the right time. Phil became the coach at the right time. They ran the right offense at the right time, and it all just worked.
It just worked.
You know, I mean, it
deserve more credit, Mike. Phil Jackson.
You said Phil deserved more credit?
Yeah, he deserved. Listen, that triangle offense was deadly.
Definitely, and that was Tex Winters who did that, because you got to remember Doug Collins was Mike's coach before, and Phil was an assistant, right? And Doug couldn't get it done, but Phil stepped up, got it done. So I mean, I think, you know, Scotty doing what he doing, man, to sell books, and
oh yeah, he definitely. Hey, go buy the book.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get it so I can hear what's going on. Before we get off that topic though, the one thing you don't hear nobody saying I want to be Scotty.
Oh, never.
They all, you know, Kobe was who? I want to be
like, right. So speaking of, now y'all did mention the fact that one couldn't coexist without the other. Mike couldn't have the success he had without Scotty. We know that for a fact because that's how it went down. And we don't think that Scotty would have been nearly as successful if he wasn't with Mike. I think we all agree on that. Now, let's talk about transitioning back to football. Let's talk about somebody that might not need each other. OBJ and Baker Mayfield. Let's talk about that, man, because people keep saying that Baker's successful, when OBJ isn't there, when he's not on the field. It seems to be that way. I don't know that OBJ has had a lot of success in New York or Cleveland. So is it Baker? Is it OBJ? What is it? Talk to me, Chris.
As bad as I hate to say it, man, I'm going to say it's Odell, man. Because, I mean, we saw today, what they can do. We've been seeing what they can do before him. You get what I'm saying? And we also seen what he couldn't do, you know what I'm saying, when he was on another team. So I think it's more selfishness, and then to me, like I was telling our guy who not here, Cam, they didn't trade him. So when people say, what's the facts? The fact is no team gave an offer good enough, you get what I'm saying, to trade him. Because think about it, other people got traded, even if it was a second or third round draft pick. They couldn't get nothing for this guy. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. So I think more again, a lot of people may be looking at Odell as the villain. But my thing is, if you can't work with a team, especially when it comes to football, I don't care how good you are.
Talk to me, Jordan. Hey, before you dive in there, JC, y'all can't keep agreeing, man. Y'all gotta disagree on something, man.
Well,
you can't agree with them all the time.
Me and Cam was the ones that didn't agree on this. Chris and Cam, we was on the same side with this tough topic. So I'm actually shocked that you brought it up.
Hey, y'all too one-sided on this show, man.
I was shocked that you brought it up. But because you was asking, was OBJ, like, who do we credit Cleveland's success to, basically, right?
Well, like just the fact that, Mike needed Scotty needed Mike.
Right.
But when Odell went there, everybody's mind was, it's going to be a perfect match. Odell going to get off. Cleveland going to be this, that, and the third, right? But Cleveland struggled. Well, I'm going to say Baker struggled when it came to pairing up with OBJ. Right. But in those games when OBJ didn't play, it seemed like the offense was just clicking and rolling. Now, don't get me wrong, they didn't win every game, right, but it just looked more fluid.
They were still a good-looking football team, even in losses.
And they were winning. Like, he tore his ACL last year in October. They knocked us off in the playoffs, right? And then they lost to Kansas City. Right. Had he been on the field, I don't know that outcome would have been the same, but, it's like they're good with or without him, and for the most part, it's been without him. So,
I think we were victims of the moment when we found out. When we found out OBJ was going to Cleveland, I think Cleveland had started making a name for themselves, and OBJ was established by making big plays down the stretch in New York, and we were just victims of the moment because. You got this good football team, and then you add a piece like Odell Beckham Jr. Everybody just had high expectations for that situation, but it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? And that's no discredit to Odell Beckham Jr. I'm gonna say what Mike has always said about my Patriots. They're just a good football team. They're good. They're a great organization, regardless of. It's no one person that you can say it's because of. They're just in a great system. So they don't need them. That's why, like, this ain't Ben Simmons and the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? That's why Ben Simmons is still on Philadelphia. As toxic as that relationship is, they weren't willing to just give him up for anything. Odell, they got to pay him, and I believe that's the only reason Cleveland sought out trade is to compensate for some of that money. But when they couldn't, find a trade that was feasible to them, they just cut him because they don't need him. They don't need Odell Beckham Jr. to be successful. So we were victims of the moment when he went there in the first place.
And I think that's a good point. I think to Chris's point, the trade value wasn't there, right?
Right.
Because you're looking at production, and then also
Coming
you're
off a
considering
major
the fact that it's coming off of ACL. So yeah, we want to trade him, but who's going to give us what we feel he's worth? And because they couldn't get that, nobody was willing to do that. Then, like you said, hey, we're just gonna release him, let him go.
We're just gonna release him. We don't need you.
Right.
You know, they just proved that.
Hold on.
Right.
First and foremost, JC just said something that's unproven. We don't know if your team's system is a winning system because
I don't know who the Mike he's talking about either. Who is the Mike you're talking about?
You always argue that we're a system team.
team.
We were successful because of the system.
Yeah, sure.
I'm saying that the little success that Cleveland has had, they're a good system football
as far
team.
as running the ball, play fake. Yeah,
Odell, exactly. But they don't have Odell, they still win. They don't have Baker, they still win. They lost Chubb, they still win. You can't accredit their success to one piece. Like,
okay, I get what you're saying.
They're a great football team as a whole, without it being major props to one specific person. You know what I'm saying? They face scrutiny all year,
but
they still win.
But your team's success goes to one single person, and when that person was removed, success over.
Well, we also lost a lot of players. I mean, it was more than just Tom Brady leaving, so we're not even gonna get into that. But I'm just making the argument of what Mike will always say about us was, it's a system.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm making the comparison for the Browns. Yeah, they're a good football team, regardless of who you pull in and put out, move around these pieces. They still a good football team.
Sometimes it's just not a good match. It's a puzzle almost complete, but that piece don't match. That's just like, even though I hate to bring Kyrie back up, when he went to Boston, we all thought that was a great fit, but it was another puzzle piece that just didn't match. You know what I'm saying? Right. Here just didn't mesh good with that team.
Exactly. Hey man, so what I want to do is I want to switch gears a little bit, and more of a serious note. The Raiders lost today to the Giants. The Raiders have suffered a lot of setbacks in the last couple of weeks, man. They lost their head coach to the controversy that surrounded him and all his remarks and the emails, and we know all about all that. Just recently, man, they lost one of their star young receivers, Henry Ruggs, the third, to, I don't even want to call it a DUI, man. I think they either saying is vehicular manslaughter, homicide, whatever the case may be, man. There was a young lady that was driving, and the man was doing 153, 56 miles an hour, hit her from the back, caused her gas tank to explode. The vehicle caught on fire. I don't want to get into all the details, man, but she was alive when the car caught on fire and they were unable to get her out. So with that being said, man, Chris, talk to me about the state. What do you feel the NFL should do with young players, money, fame, all of that stuff, man, at such a young age when your mind is still not ready to process? Because, man, I mean, I know he did it, but you know firsthand that this man at 22 years old or 23 years old was not trying to end somebody's life. What do you think needs to be done to prevent things like this from happening?
Well, first and foremost, condolences to the family. Nobody want to lose a loved one like that, you know. And then the fact that they keep putting out these videos and social media stuff about how she was alive and screaming and this person was kicking her. I don't want to hear that about my loved one. I think mental health is real. It's crazy because Percy Miller, most people know him as Master P, he been telling sports, all sports, you know, hockey, baseball, but mostly NBA and NFL, because they deal with a lot of young Black men who don't know how to handle having a lot of money, that they need some type of counseling. You know, 150 miles per hour. Why? You know, I didn't even know it's possible to go 150 miles an hour in a vehicle. So I do think that he needs to pay for his actions as much as it sucks others to hear. I mean, that's manslaughter. I mean, you kill somebody, you're doing 150. I mean, you have to take responsibility and know, man, I killed someone. Now, people bring up, I can't think of the guy's name, the Kardashian dad, mom, or whatever that, and that person wasn't doing 150 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? Accidents happen, but doing 150, that's more than an accident. Brandy, the singer, wasn't going 150 miles an hour. Then you under the influence of alcohol and whatever drugs that's, I'm sure, probably going to come out from this. So you got to take responsibility of his actions. I'm sure he's probably going to go to prison. And but I do think he's going to need a lot of counseling, because we need to start teaching our young Black men what to do with money, how to handle money. But you also got to, where are the accountability partners? Where are the guys who say, hey, man, you too drunk to drive, or you under the influence, you shouldn't drive, or anybody who was with him, if anybody was in the car, I don't know. Slow down, man. 150 is ridiculous.
Let me have you chime in there, Jordan, and just talk to me about that, man. Considering the fact that the family lost their loved one, like the fact that Chris just said, the stuff that's going on in the social media and all that stuff, man, they, keep having it brought up over and over and over, man. So what do you think, first off, about this situation? And then secondly, what do you think should be done moving forward to prevent things like this from happening?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It's terrible. You never, man, you never plan for stuff like this to happen. It's unfortunate for especially for the family that lost their loved one. It's unfortunate all the way around. I don't know. I really can't wrap my head around that, and I'm sure Henry Ruggs, he wasn't expecting to be here. You know what I'm saying? He went from, I was having a conversation at work about, like, what type of character must a guy like that have? And you when you look at it, he played for the University of Alabama, and then he was a first round pick in the NFL draft. I'm pretty sure he wasn't a bad guy. I'm not disputing mental health. But like you said earlier, when you get these kids money like that, millions of dollars, and you just put them out there in the world, and you have a lot more chances to make bad decisions, when you're in that situation. 150 miles an hour is excessive. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I believe he was drunk or under the influence of something, and at 22 years old, you're still a kid. You're not mature enough to be able to comprehend what you have access to. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming up, having nothing, and all of a sudden you got it all. So I think the NFL should do like a mandatory 2-year, 3-year financial planning, and like a mandatory it's almost like a Big Brother program or something to that nature, to where you have to check in with your sponsor or whoever. I think they should incorporate something like that,
or some OG players, some old players that played, that came before you, that went through those same things.
And it's not that you have to do it your whole career, just to get you through your younger years. I think it should be a part of your rookie contract. Like, your rookie contract is 3 years. I think something like that should be mandatory in your rookie contract, because we giving you all this money. Now you're held to a higher standard than most people are. So they got to go back to the drawing board with athletes, with young athletes. Man, these are, teenagers, young adults. I'm not faulting them, because they giving them this money. What are they? They first thought is I'm gonna take care of my mama, and then I'm gonna do some things that I never could do. You know what I'm saying? So they have access to a lot more, but they definitely need that guidance, man, just to get them through those first few years, because everybody gets a little bit more wiser as they grow in the league. You know what I'm saying? Then they get smarter with their money and stuff like that. So.
Dive in there, Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. My biggest thing is, though, yeah, we can give them financial help as far as what to do with their money. That's still not going to stop them. That's not going to stop them from buying any and going 150, though.
That's why I said they need. It should be I think it should be implemented into their contract, not just financial literacy, but also like a guide or a sponsor or someone that you have to kind of check in with, you know what I'm saying, for these 3 years to get you through your rookie contract. And then once you know what I'm saying, you know, the hope is that you've matured enough to be able to make smarter decisions moving forward. You know what I'm saying? We don't plan for bad things to happen, but you know, they just do. You don't have to be a rookie for bad stuff to happen. We've seen that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of the guidance that they don't have. Most guys don't have. You know, that should be implemented to at least get them through their first few years in the league. This guy may never play another down of football in his life.
Exactly. So what I do think though is, you know, and those options, man, I think, you know, the NFL, whether they want to admit it or not, people gonna go out and drink. They're gonna go out and party. You know, they young, they vibrant, man. And, you know, now I came from all this hard work I done put in all these last 8 years of my life. Now I got a paycheck. Now the ladies hanging on to me a little bit, you know, people seeing me floss a little bit. I'm gonna want to get out there and show that. But I think at the end of the day, I heard, I don't know if it was Shannon Sharp or I forgot who it was that said it, but they was like, man, the car that you trying to pull up in to get everybody to see, they're not gonna see it no way, because it's gonna go to the parking lot and be sitting in the parking lot, because you can't pull up in the front no more. You know what I mean? Or they gonna valet it. So who you trying to show it off for? And he ain't gonna get a chance to see it. So you might as well get you a ride, you know, and just get there.
Get a driver.
Get a driver, go party it up, man. Party as much as you want to. And then, you know, take your ladies and whatever it is you finna do for the rest of the night, going back home, man, and let that be that. And you know,
and see and that's the immature. You see what you just said? Get a driver and then go do your thing, versus I'm finna meet them here, I'm finna party, then I'm finna get out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't even have to have money to understand that. If you going out drinking, what you ask for, who's the designated driver? You don't have to be rich to have that sense. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said the issue where the money is, you have things in grasp, you have access to a lot more. You know what I'm saying? These parties that you would go to that you wouldn't normally go to, the situations come up a lot more. So having like a mentor, somebody, you know what I'm saying? You want to play as long as you can. That's the goal, to play as many years as you can. So why not?
Jordan, let me dive in there real quick. So when you saying going to the parties, one thing you have to consider too is, before I was the guy that was standing behind the line trying to get in. Now they're moving the line so that I can get in, right? So now not only am I able to go into the party and enjoy it, but now they give me a shout out when I'm in there. You know, they're putting giving me the bar and free bottles and this and that. Now people are trying to see me. So the money part of it is a huge part, but also the fame, man. The fame is another thing that, you know, again, like you said, the financial literacy is one part, but like Chris said too, like, man, there has to be other things that are implemented in that as well, because this is a lifestyle that you're going to have forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when you're dealing with guys, a lot of guys coming from humble beginnings, right? And you know, they had probably people in the hood or people on the block telling them, look, young bro, we got you. Don't get in no trouble. You keep running that ball. You keep catching them touchdowns. We gonna take care of this, and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they probably, some of them, not all of them, but some of them was probably surrounded by that gang life and stuff like that. So they have those ties as well. Now you give these guys money, and now you put these guys in the limelight that they've been searching for probably their entire life. Now, how do they handle that, man? And I mean, I'm not taking anything away from this family that lost their daughter in a horrific way. So not trying to take the light from that, but definitely trying to figure out, man, there's got to be a way to get these guys to understand. First off, you're not going to be catching touchdowns till you're 65.
Right.
So, so
Right.
the financial part of it is you got to make good decisions. Otherwise, you're gonna be a used salesman at a car lot somewhere. Not that anything wrong with selling used cars, but I'm just saying when you go
Mm-hmm.
from getting 100 million, you're going backwards, right?
Exactly.
So I'm
Ex-
gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all finish up on that conversation. Then we're gonna move on.
Like the biggest thing, and I hate to say this because this is a young, up and coming black male, is he got to face the consequences. Money should not prevent you from facing the consequences. You know,
oh,
a lot of people who are famous who've hit people and even in DUIs or have hit people and they die and they just get a slap on the wrist. One way to prevent that is by locking them up for what they done.
he'll do some time. He's not gonna walk away from this. Not at all. I don't think that's a question of, if he'll get away with it or not. This was a reckless, didn't have to happen. I mean, you're never in a situation to where you need to be going 150 miles an hour. He made a bad decision.
And
Yeah.
there are some just to end this conversation, there are some videos of him and his girlfriend where he's done this before.
Mm.
And,
So there you go.
and he was, he was trying to impress her, like, look, and she's in the car, she's filming it, she's laughing, she's kind of scared, but still staying kind of mellow, and so he's kind of showboating, but he's on an open road.
Right.
Never in the city, like just driving down city blocks or nothing like that.
Right.
So this portion was probably isolated, but you got to consider the fact that he was twice the legal limit
Yep.
as far as intoxication. So
Yep.
that played a huge role in that. So, man, like Chris said, man, condolences to that family, man. And
Yeah. Yeah.
he gonna have to pay them consequences, man.
Life lessons for the behind him. The ones after him, this is a great life lesson.
Absolutely. So NBA, we got some basketball, man. And I don't know how y'all feel, man. I'm a Pacer fan, man. I gotta take my hat off for that, man. And just I want to throw my hat across the room, man. My team trash, man. I ain't gonna front, man. My team trash, bro. But hey, listen, the Philadelphia 76ers have the best record in the East. The Golden State Warriors have the best record in the West. Jordan, we're gonna start with you. Do you believe in the Sixers? First off, and second, what do they do with Ben Simmons?
No, I don't believe in the Sixers. If they move Ben Simmons for something of that stature, like another player of that caliber, then yeah, then they'll definitely be able to make a valid run. But they've been here before. Like, they're a second round team. That's about as far as they can get. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in them until they make a real play and get rid of Ben Simmons, and that's what I think they should get rid of him, because I've saw reports saying that he's not even cooperating with, like, I don't know, like the psychiatrist or the counseling that they've sought for him for the mental health issues that he came out and said he had. So now now it's like, okay, you mention mental health, and you play that card, and we're not going to fault you for that, right? But when you mention that and then you're not cooperating with the help that they have for you, you know, you really not looking good. You're not on the court. You ain't playing. They don't even want to put you out there. You know what I'm saying? And you're not even trying to cooperate to get better, not for the team, but for yourself. You're not helping yourself get traded. I don't know who's in his circle and who's in his camp. He's supposed to be with Rich Paul. They should be telling this dude, like, man, get it together, man. You hurting all of our pockets.
Yeah.
You know, get it together so they can move you. Because now teams is like, I don't want this dude. He a problem.
So, Chris, do you believe, first off, in the 76ers, and you just heard what Jordan said, do you agree that they move them? Do they try to work it out? Can they work it out? Where are you with that?
Hell no, I don't believe in the 76ers. The Milwaukee Bucks are playing with one starter. So I don't believe in them. I mean, I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan because that's my home team. But everybody know I'm a Miami Heat fan. And I just think we'll destroy them. In a 7-game series right now, we put them out first round easy. But with the Milwaukee Bucks being injured, you know, the Lakers aren't playing up to what we believe they can be. I just believe they don't care about the, you know, regular season. You know, then you got the Warriors, who the truth. People can say what they want, but the boys got hurt. Sorry about that. Did I go off?
There you go.
We see.
Okay. But my whole thing is I don't believe in them. They be good all the way. They the what was the Colts? They're the Colts when they had Peyton Manning. They're great.
Good regular season.
Yeah, they great. They great. They just like the Raptors. They was a great, you know, regular season. They don't have the pieces. I wouldn't move them though. Only reason is because I'm sick and tired of the entitlement of players. LeBron James started, to me, what's called the entitlement era. You got players who they can say what they want, they do what they want, and if you don't obey with them, I get fat like James Harden. You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah, they baby these players.
Yeah, huh?
They baby them.
Yeah, I think if I'm them, sit on the sideline. So we're gonna have to pay you anyway. You know, so you sit on the.
Well, no. See now, what they're doing.
Hold on, Jordan. Let me ask you this. So, Chris. Yes, so if you keep him and you just sit him on the sideline, then don't you minimize his stock value and ability to be able to move him in the future though?
For business purposes and mental health is real. First and foremost, mental health is real. For business purposes, I don't care. I'm not finna baby you. I'm not finna send you somewhere so you can win. Now, don't get me wrong. Y'all want to trade me Kyrie Irving for Ben Simmons straight up? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? You want to give me Giannis, you know, even Middleton. You know what I'm saying? You want to give me a player for him? Fine. But I'm not finna take no draft picks. I'm not finna sit there and release you. I'll let you ride the bench the same way the Packers did with crybaby Rodgers. I'll let you ride the bench. You can sit on the bench and lose stock. And, you know, the life of a player who not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just sitting there and you're going to be eating and be out kicking it and buying cars and stuff like that. But you're not gonna make me move you unless I want to move you. If you want to continue to be a problem, then you just be a problem on the bench. And then I think what JC was finna say, now we don't even got to pay you but a certain amount of your money because you're not playing.
Well, they came up with a thing where now the more he doesn't cooperate with like the counseling, they'll fine him. They're going to fine him his game checks for that, for not cooperating. So he's hurting himself all the way around. He hurting his pockets and he hurting his chances of getting traded. The owner already came out and said that this is going to take a long time because, you know, Ben Simmons is an all-NBA player.
Right.
And it will be foolish. I'm surprised. I don't know why Chris brought up the business end of it, because he said that it would be foolish to just get rid of him for nothing. He's an all-NBA talent. We at least need that back. You know what I'm saying? So he's not helping himself.
To these billionaires, that ain't nothing they losing. It's players that play on other teams and other teams are still paying for that player to be
It's
playing.
not about the money. They want to win a ring.
Look how they're doing without him.
Yeah, they 6-1, but they're not going nowhere. I mean, they doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing what they're supposed to do right now. But they need a Ben Simmons talent to get them over the hump. Or if not Ben Simmons, they need someone else.
The 76ers are actually 8-2.
With facts, that's facts. They're gonna play well, because they're a good team. But I'm talking about winning the championship.
And they're in the East.
They need that talent. They need that talent to win. So they gotta move.
Check this out. So all right, so Chris say keep them, you say move them. I guess that's something that we'll still see unfold as the season goes on. But let's stay right here in the East, because I can't really see. I don't got my glasses on, but it looked like Chris got on the Milwaukee Bucks championship hat from last year. Is that it? 2020 champion hat?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks. So the Milwaukee Bucks right now are sitting at 4-5. I don't know what it is, if it's the hangover, if it's the lackluster performances. I think a couple of weeks ago, Cam said Giannis was shooting too many threes. I don't know what it is. But Chris, I know you're not a Bucks fan. You just let the world know you're a Heats fan, but you represent your hometown, Milwaukee. So talk to me, man, about the Milwaukee Bucks, and what do you think is ailing them right now and what they need to do to get back on track?
Well, first and foremost, injuries. You got a couple players out due to COVID protocol. Middleton showed up to the game, coughed too many times. They told him he got to get up out of there. Then
if you cough twice, you got to go.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Middleton showed up for the Utah Jazz game at 4:00, and he coughed too many times. They told him, "Hey, you got to get up out of here." So Middleton left. That's why Middleton ain't on the floor. Drew Holiday came back today, but he's still, rusty. Now, of course, you got the ring ceremony, man. These guys young, and they got it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's not an excuse to me. We are in the East, so I think we'll be all right. But, Giannis right now, the load is all on him, because unlike Michael Jordan, when the Bucks lose, they blame Giannis. When the Bucks win, they blame Giannis. Giannis wasn't even on the floor in the playoffs. And Lopez went off, Middleton went off, Holiday go off, and they still was talking about
Giannis for sure.
Now they're a well-built machine. I do like them, but they're not going to be able to, the way they trusted each other last year, with the mentality of, what I'm saying, all for one for all. That's all good, but you got to come out and play. Giannis shooting a lot of threes because right now he don't have nobody around that he trusts to shoot them. So, like he said last year against KD, we was going to live and die through me. If I missed them 17 free throws I made, hey, it is what it is.
It is, for sure.
So I do love that mentality, but I don't trust the coach. I thought that it should have been I think there would have been a second coach that won the finals to get fired.
Yeah.
I do believe they should have fired him because he don't make adjustments. The players made adjustments last year. What was it? Bobby Portis. He said, "Hey, I'm not coming out. I'm a whole defense full court." You know what I'm saying? Middleton, "Hey, I'm not coming out. Give me their best player." You know what I'm saying? On defense. It was the players stepping up. Then the last 2 games, Giannis saying, "I'm not shooting no threes. I'm going to the basket. They're going to foul me and I'm going to shoot them
and make my free throws."
That's the mentality you need to win. But right now, I just think the league we're watching, it sucks. I love LeBron. But when the leader of the league come out and say, "Man, regular season don't matter to us." You know what I'm saying? When people like the Claw and KD come out, "Man, I need rest." We 3 games into the season and you can't, what do you need rest for? So, but when your stars do that, all of a sudden the middle tier players and all of them start feeling the same way. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't want to play on Friday and Saturday. Oh, wait, we got a game Sunday. I'm going to sit this one out. So I think that's what we're seeing. And you're seeing younger teams like Miami, like Philly, like the Warriors, who really feel they got something to prove. And I don't care what nobody say, you mark my words, I think the Warriors going to the finals as long as they healthy.
JC, talk to me about the 4 and 5 Bucks, man.
Injuries, hangover, championship hangover. Giannis doing too much.
Elaborate when you say doing too much.
Coming down, shooting threes, dribbling, just doing too much. I think they need to incorporate Grayson Allen a little bit more. And they need to settle in. You know what I'm saying? They need to get back to that formula that had them that where they saw success, last year in the playoffs. They need to stick to that. But it's early, man. It's like I said, the back, and it is. I think who was that? Trey Young was saying that he bored. They bored already. 9 games into the season and you bored. It's a long season.
Well, it's a marathon, not a sprint. But even in a marathon, you don't want to be left a whole leg behind. You still want.
You don't want to start forming bad habits early because that stuff could affect you later on down the line.
You could dig that hole too deep to get out of.
I'm not worried about the Bucks. They flew under the radar all last year. They were like, I think they finished like 3rd or 4th in the East, and nobody expected them to finish the way they finished.
All right, I gotta interject right there. Now hold that thought. Don't forget it. But if I didn't expect you to do it last year and you did it, now this year, now I know that you was capable of doing it. Now every time I come to your city or every time you come to mine, man, if I don't play anybody else tough, I gotta play you tough. You know why? Because you won. You was the champ.
Yeah, they got the target on their back. It was just that's unfortunate for them. I just still think it's a little too early. I will wait till they get about maybe 20, 30 games in, and then you can kind of start to panic. But it's still a little too early.
So we're looking about Christmas time.
About Christmas time, like right before the All-Star break, or at the All-Star break.
Early January, late February.
Yeah. I think that's when you can kind of see what direction teams are going to be headed in. They need to get healthy. Giannis needs to stick to what, and I'm not saying not to get better as a shooter, but just taking unnecessary shots, like those bad habits that you form, and maybe it's because of lack of personnel on the floor. Like he said, Middleton's been out. Drew Holiday was out for the longest with an ankle injury, and he had like a real bad cold. But they got to get Lopez is out right now. Yeah, he'll be out for a while. But they got to get healthy, and they just got to settle in. Like it's over with. Y'all won. That's in the past. It's a new season, and y'all nobody's now. And I think if they stick to that mentality, like we ain't done nothing, because this year y'all haven't done anything. They'll see that success more. So I'm not really worried about them. It's a lot of teams. The Lakers, they look terrible. So but they won't be here, in March. They'll be where they need to be.
So I was just gonna talk to y'all about that just to end that segment, but the Bucks are sitting at 10. They're the 10 seed. Now keep in mind it's only 15 teams in each conference.
Sure.
So the Bucks are sitting at 10. The Lakers are sitting at 10.
Yeah.
Chris alluded to the fact of the Golden State Warriors. Steph is back. They're balling. Steph is doing everything he can to keep that team together, keep them rolling. Jordan, we already heard what Chris said. I don't know if Chris is going to stick to that prediction, but he predicted Golden State to be in the finals. Where do you see Golden State bouncing back? Where do you see them?
I'll wait to see if Clay come back and he's Clay, like 30 points in a quarter Clay, then yeah, I can see them. I mean, because when you look at the West, Utah, don't think Utah is kind of sitting in that weird space the Bucks was sitting in a few years ago, where they really good, but they still kind of missing something. So I'm not worried about Utah. I'm just looking at who they got to go up against. The Clippers, I don't believe in them. They just don't work. Like, they don't mesh. I think Phoenix, I think they could beat Phoenix. It's really Phoenix, LA. Who else? Who else on the West? Who else on the West are you really? All the heat is on the East.
Don't hurt your brain, JC.
Right.
Don't hurt your brain. Listen, there's no.
I'm just trying to think. Like, I don't see if Clay come back. If Clay come back and he's Clay,
yes,
I don't really see nobody stopping him.
Me neither. Because
it's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough. Sure. It's gonna be tough. So hey, check us out. So we're gonna get into these football picks, man. So I'm gonna run them off. You and Chris gonna have to decide who gonna win. You know, y'all don't have to get no scores or nothing like that. But we gotta.
I'm gonna give a score for my Patriots.
Hey, well, you know, I don't even know if I'm believing that, man. But, hey, before we start, Chris, I got a question, man.
Yes, sir.
I got a question. I was reading something that said that Jordan Love's parents had to sit in the nosebleeds. I want to know what that's about, bro.
I saw that.
That's disrespectful.
That's disrespect.
Mike, me and you had better seats.
Come on, man. This man
man.
started in his first NFL game. They put his parents in the nosebleeds, bro.
Why they couldn't watch from the suite?
They said he asked late, but you mean
late. Yeah.
You can tell me Lil Wayne got better seats at a Packer game, and Packer season tickets is sold out to the year 2040. Come on, man.
So they couldn't have sat in the suite with the owners?
No, hey, man, listen. I mean, I don't even know what to say, man.
That's disrespectful, bro.
That's disrespectful, man. Anyway, we gonna get into these picks, man. So like I said, all right. So Tennessee winning, they up right now 14-3 on the Rams. But tomorrow night, the Chicago Bulls.
You gotta say the Bears.
The Bears. They travel to Pittsburgh, man, tomorrow night, Monday Night Football. Chris, who you got?
Come on, man. The Steel Curtain, man, 35-3.
Dang, he said 35-3. Yes, sir. I'm loving that.
They're going to beat the snot out of them dudes, man.
I don't know about that.
Here he go, Mr. Haterville himself.
I mean, I picked Pittsburgh to win. I'm taking Pittsburgh over Chicago. No Khalil Mack.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the Thursday night game, you just saw Baltimore give everything they had today to Minnesota to get that one. That was a tight one. Baltimore plays the Thursday night game in Miami.
Oof. I'm gonna say Baltimore come in hungry, man. You know, I do believe that they played a hell of a game tonight. Everybody knows when them and Minnesota get together, it's a nail biter and it's a high score. So I think they come in, you know, on a high note and take that one.
Who did Miami beat today?
Let me backtrack for you a little bit. I don't even have that on my setting, man. You're gonna make me do some extra.
They won. It don't matter. I'm picking Baltimore to win.
You're gonna do all that, man, to tell me you picking Baltimore, man.
Yeah,
right.
Man.
Okay. So the next game is the Detroit Lions at the Pittsburgh Steelers. FYI, I will be at that game. Chris, talk to me.
For the record, the Dolphins beat the Texans, so that don't count.
Oh, that's really not it. That's a
yeah. They gonna get smacked.
But I mean,
everybody
know my second team in the NFL is Steelers, so I'm going with the Steelers.
Okay. George,
to be.
You don't know, now you know.
The only team that suck worse than the Texans is the Detroit Lions. That garbage, man.
So I'm assuming you giving Pittsburgh the nod.
Yeah, on the technicality.
All right, technicality. That's wow.
Detroit trash.
That's the only reason we're gonna beat them. The disrespect.
Yeah.
Okay. The Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons travel to Dallas, man.
I got to give it to Dallas. As much as I can't stand the Cowboys, I think they're going to come back after this. They got stomped today, so I think they're going to come. Yeah, they got through, but we don't know what's going on with Zeke health, so who knows?
How did he look?
I don't know. I don't watch the Cowboys.
I don't believe in Dallas, man, but I'm gonna pick the Cowboys over Atlanta. I'm weary about that pick, but
okay. So you got the Saints playing in Tennessee. So you got no Derrick Henry, and you got no Winston.
Well, they looking right now, boy. They
AP might be doing his thing, huh?
They convincingly whooping up on the Rams right now. A lot of people got the Rams to win it all, man. I like Tennessee this year. They good.
Yeah, I got Tennessee in that one too.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of y'all picking Tennessee over the Saints?
Yeah.
All right. So we got a division game. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts in Indy.
Man, that's a toss-up, man. But I'm going to say Indy, man. I'm going to say Indy. The Jaguars suck.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go Indy, too.
Hey, JC, I got a question. You saw Cleveland beat Cincy today?
Right.
Are you impressed with the way Cleveland kind of destroyed them today? How'd you feel about that victory?
I mean, I've been on their bandwagon all year. So I'm not surprised that they whooped up on them the way they did because they got the talent to do it. So, I mean.
Well, I asked that question because Cleveland comes to town next week to play.
I know where you're going.
So I want to know, in your honest opinion, do you think Cleveland has a shot at beating y'all? Would you pick Cleveland over y'all, or does all that what you just said go out the window now because it's your squad?
You asking me to be biased or non-biased?
I'm asking you to be unbiased.
You asked me to be unbiased?
Based on what you just said.
Well, you know
Cleveland up coming to that, man. I asked you for a reason.
Cleveland's a good team. Like I said, I've been on
their bandwagon all year. You just said
all
that.
year. I have been.
Yeah.
You know, they tough.
They good. They good without OBJ. You said
they
that.
Smacked Cincy, like just beat the dog stew out of them.
And last week, Cincy dog walked Baltimore.
Yeah. But don't none of that matter,
right?
When you come into Foxborough, because it's in Foxborough.
You said Chris.
Yeah,
Chris.
And the only reason I say that, hear me out.
You see what I got to deal with, Chris?
But listen. We're good. I think we better than Cincy.
I don't know what you mean. Y'all good. What you mean by that?
We good. The Patriots. We're good. We're a good football team.
Oh, y'all a good football.
We're better. We're better than our record.
Okay.
I've been saying that for the last 3 weeks. We're much better than our record. You know what I'm saying? And our scheme changes every week depending on who we play. We'll exploit them and we'll take away what they're good at and make them beat us another way. We're going to exploit Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
Well, the only thing I'm concerned about is the defense.
I love you, but I'm telling you, I got it 41-24.
Who?
41-24 who?
Cleveland.
You crazy.
I think Cleveland gonna
over You crazy.
I'm just saying.
Hey, hold on.
New England win.
Hey, JC, hold on. JC, hold on. You said, say it again. You said he what?
I said he crazy as hell. That's what I said.
Hey, listen, man.
41-24. Cleveland ain't finna put up no 41 points on us, man. Come on, man.
41. Man, they just put up 41 Bengals.
Come on, man. Stop it.
All right.
Book it. What I say. New England, we win this game. We win 27-10. We shut Baker Mayfield down. We get past that defense. We good. We win. Come on, man. Book it.
Brother Mike, I don't know who y'all have as a guest next week, but I say Patriots lose. That man got to wear some Packer gear.
Why would I wear Packer gear? They don't even have nothing to do with this.
Because I'm a Packer fan.
That don't even make sense.
And if
I don't have Packer gear.
Y'all win, I'll wear some Patriots gear.
Yeah, there you go. I got some jerseys for you.
Hey, JC, is that a bet you willing to take?
Yeah.
So
I don't have no Packer gear though.
Where it'll be provided.
I was gonna say you get your hat or something. All right. All right. Hey, we got that recorded live, so y'all heard it first. If the New England Patriots lose, Jordan got to wear some Packer gear. If they win, just Chris got to wear some Patriot gear. So that's how that goes down for that. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets.
No one cares.
Buffalo.
That's a game nobody cares about, man. I'm just be honest.
Hey, Buffalo lost today.
And New York been fighting too, man.
Yeah,
they've been fighting, but they still the Jets.
They still the Jets, Jets. Okay, Chris, you going to Buffalo too?
I don't even. You want me to flip a coin? You know what?
You got to pick one or the other.
Hey, Brett Favre played for the Jets, so I'm gonna go for the Jets.
Okay, Jets. All right, Bills, Jets. Okay. Tampa Bay at Washington.
These picks, because you expect these teams to win, man, and then they don't.
Man, Tom Brady.
I'm gonna go Tampa Bay, man. It's just easy. It seemed like an easy pick.
It seemed easy until that defense get to chasing him around.
Yeah.
All right, so Carolina and Arizona. Carolina is at Arizona.
Man, Kyler Murray, they won. Kyler Murray didn't play. He got like a fracture in his throwing hand.
Right? I thought it was in his ankle. It's in his hand.
I thought it was in his hand.
Okay.
Because he's still suited up as the backup.
Okay.
I got the Cardinals, man. Their defense is good.
Yeah, I'll go AZ.
All right, Minnesota, LA, Chargers.
I don't know, man. Minnesota they done lost some games, but they didn't play good in almost every game.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm
the same thing about Justin Herbert and the Chargers too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for the one they got beat up by Baltimore.
And the Patriots, we whooped up on them too. So.
What y'all beat them by?
Don't matter. We won
like by 3, right? What you talking about?
We won. Don't matter.
You said like y'all body slammed them or something.
We whooped them. We won.
All right. So next we got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Denver Broncos.
Denver.
Yeah.
Eagles trash.
Yeah, I go Denver.
Denver. All right. So JC, I'm gonna let you talk about this game before I turn it over to Chris. So next week, the primetime game of the week is Seattle Seahawks versus the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. We don't know yet, or at least I haven't read it, that Russell Wilson will be back. I'm not sure.
There's a chance he can be back.
Okay.
Man.
Your thoughts on that game in Lambeau.
In Lambeau, man. If Aaron Rodgers keeps testing negative, he should be ready to go Saturday. Well, he'll be cleared Saturday, which will be a day before the game. So it's just tough because it's a chance. If he tests positive again, he won't be able to play on Sunday.
So obviously, your pick is riding on whether he play or not, is what it sounds like.
And I don't even know if Russell, man,
no Rodgers,
no Wilson, because they can't score, man. And who knows if they'll be better this week without if Rodgers don't play, will they be better next week? Because they was just terrible. They was terrible today. Like they couldn't score worth a damn. It was just pitiful, dude.
Yeah,
Mike, it was pitiful.
We need to find Mama have a better seat at the Packer game.
That's why he played like that, because they put his mama in the nosebleeds.
Hey, and that's true, man. So Jordan, who's your pick?
Shit. I'm going Green Bay, man. I think Aaron Rodgers. I'm expecting Aaron Rodgers to be there.
Without Aaron Rodgers, I go Green Bay because I just think the offense has something to prove. Because today they should have won.
And I'm going Green Bay because I expect Aaron Rodgers to play.
So Chris is going Green Bay regardless. You going Green Bay if Rodgers plays, Jordan.
Correct.
So if Rodgers don't play,
hell, they can't score.
So you going Seattle then?
I would go Seattle.
Okay, I got you. That you wavering a little bit. It don't sound confident.
I'm wavering. I ain't sure. I ain't comfortable with them with that pick.
All right. So last two: Kansas City at Vegas.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game right there.
I want to see the Raiders come back.
Night game. Wait. Keep in mind that's a division game.
Yeah. I'm going Vegas, man. KC every week, like they getting these ugly wins, but they're not looking no better than me. You know, they barely got past the Giants, and they couldn't do nothing with Green Bay defense. Like they could not score in the second half of this game. I don't know, it's something in the water in KC or something, but they're not really that good. But they keep catching teams in these, you know, they play New York and then they caught a Green Bay with no Aaron Rodgers. I believe if Aaron Rodgers would have played, they would have lost. KC would have. I'm going Raiders, man. They got something to prove. They've been hit with a lot of scrutiny.
We would have won. You damn right we would have won without Rodgers. You damn right. But I think KC gonna win, man. I mean, Vegas had a problem with the Giants, so
KC had a problem with the Giants.
Yeah, but KC coming off that big,
But the Giants won against the Raiders, though,
and KC lost.
Exactly. So yeah. All right. So that's the Sunday night game. So Monday night, used to hear it all the time. Back in the day, the same old Rams, the same old Niners, right? So LA is going to San Fran Monday night.
Man, Frisco trash, man. I'm picking Rams.
You say that, but based on what you're looking at right now, you so confident in LA right now? You confident? You don't sound too confident. I see you looking at the TV.
Tennessee steamrolling on.
So
I ain't gonna say they steamrolling. It's 14-3.
So Jordan, who you picking?
Conference game.
Rams, Niners.
I'm still picking Rams. Von Miller ain't playing today, I don't think.
No, he probably won't play next week either.
You don't think so?
No, they said they want to let him get 100% healthy on his
healthy before they put him out there. Oh,
yeah. Who you got, Chris?
I got the Rams. I think the Rams gonna still win tonight.
Oh, you expect?
Got a whole nother half to play.
Yeah, man. Coach is gonna make adjustments.
All right. Hey, so just Chris, the artist, the you the man in this town, man. Talk to us a little bit, man, about what it is that you do, music wise, entertainment wise, and for the Lord, man. Talk to us about that.
Oh man, well y'all know me, Just Chris, the artist Just Chris from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, man. Atheist turned Christian, man, and I just try to give a positive vibe and motivate some of these young guys to change their lives early. Don't wait. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait until it's over to try to change yourself. Get your mind right now and make better choices, so that you can have a positive life now instead of waiting. Everybody don't get lucky like me. And when they hit their 30s or something, they get a chance to, God to change their life and change their mind state. So I'm just here to let them know, if I could change my life, they could change theirs.
Definitely, man. Definitely. We appreciate you taking the time, man, to be on our show, man. I mean, you are a great person. You're a wonderful artist. And you know what, man?
You bring that boy.
No, man, listen, man. The man brings street swag to Christianity, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta love that. He said it in his song, man. When he rap, he bring the whole trap out.
Oh
And that,
yeah, man.
you know,
It's
and so we appreciate that,
I
man.
see you, Mike, remembering bars. Okay,
Man,
making it blood. You know, he
man.
light skinned. You can see his cheeks turning red,
No,
making
man. Hey,
it
but
blood.
no, man. But listen, man. I mean, I think what Chris does, man. When you see him when he's posting, when he's doing different things, you normally see him surrounded by a bunch of kids, man. So you could tell he really invests into the kids' lives and showing them that no matter where you begin, that doesn't have to be your ending, you know. And I really like that, and the fact that he does that, man. He's such a humble dude. So just Chris, we thank you, man, for having you stop in, spend a little time with us. I'm gonna put Jordan on the spot right here, ask him to pray us out, and then we'll get with y'all next week.
I mean, I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. All right, Heavenly Father, we come to you first of all to say thank you. Thank you for another day. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for keeping us, keeping our families, keeping us in perfect health, Father God. We thank you for fellowship, Father God. We thank you to allow us to be able to have this platform. And when we started this, we have no goals, or we have no idea where it's headed. We ask you just take it and use it as you see fit, Father God. We ask that you keep us, protect us from danger seen and unseen, Father God. Lord, we be so careful to give you all the honor, the praise, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Man. Hey, before y'all go, it's 21-3, by the way.
Yeah, they just scored. Tennessee.
Oh, is it?
Now they whooping them.
Hey, so I'm gonna bump a little bit of this Just Chris. This is one of them old ones, but it's still a banger too.
Yeah, that's a banger.
Appreciate it.
Hey, listen, man. We love y'all. We love sports. More importantly, we love God.
I gotta do it just like that, cause I ain't bound by man, but I'm bound by God. Where was you at when I was losing my